share. Welcome to DDTG. Listen, Kraken just turned 15 years old. That's like, what, a billion years in crypto years? Like 147. They've seen bull markets, bear markets, people declaring crypto dead 1,000 times, which right now people are saying crypto's dead. So instead of throwing a birthday party, they're giving away 225 ETH. 225 ETH. That is a real giveaway. That's real money. 15 winners, 15 ETH each. Do the math. What are we looking? 15 winners, 15 ETH each. Right now, I used to see the interface looks like it changed here. I'm a little bit sidetracked because all right, here we go. 15 ETH, 15 people. ETH is trading at 1,873. Do the math. Here's how you get involved in this. Here's how you qualify. Every eligible dollar you trade gets you an entry. Every dollar you trade gets you an entry. Trade $100, that's 100 entries. There is a cap at 1 million entries. So you trade 10,000, 10,000 entries. Million entries. 10 million, 1 million entries. Just go and roll first in the Kraken app, Kraken Pro before you start trading. Spot trades count. Instant buys count. Margin does not. Margin does not. Pay attention. Margin does not. So don't be that guy tweet at me like, Dave, I did this with margin. No. That doesn't count. Here's what I like about it. They're not giving one person everything. 15 winners, 15 ETH each. Go and roll. Start trading. Rack up your entries. Enroll in Kraken today. The giveaway runs, listen to the dates, important, August 5th through August 31st. August 5th through August 31st, so you get the whole month. Today is August 5th. So it starts today. It starts today. Get involved. Every dollar you trade up to $1 million. Note, include full official rules, odds disclosure, no purchase necessary language where required by justification on the end of card. Legal will need to sign off on the exec. Did you give me the disclaimer, or is this another Austin fuck up where I'm reading the wrong thing? There's disclaimers. There's everything. I can't read it. It says I need to read the exact stuff. So there's rules, disclaimers, all that stuff. Come on. I need the rules. All right, it's right here. Securities broker service offered by Kraken Securities LLC. Member FINRA digital asset service offered by Payward Interactive Inc. Something. FinCEN registered money services business, not a member of FINRA Spink. End of FTC insured. So get involved. All right. 1 minute till we go live here. $4.99. Is Keegs allowed to take a victory lap if she never comes into work on Fridays? Yeah, I think Keegs can take a victory lap, I think. Yeah, I think Keeks can take a victory lap. You know, I was thinking the Nikki Smokes victory lap, which I found very funny yesterday, that the Nikki, by the way, let's see what we are. We're live. It is a stock show after all. Ding, 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 ding. DraftKings down 5%. Why is that? Netflix up a little bit. Disney up 5%. Someone said that's because of Toy Story 5, good earnings. Amazon up a little. Shopify, 23% on Shopify. Holy cannoli manoli. SpaceX down 12%. 23% on Shopify. Anybody who had Shopify into earnings, I assume that was a big earnings beat. Disney and Sony will be up with Ciderman. Who we like in the Whitney? And any thoughts on the Thoroughbred series? I mean, how can you not like Magnitude the way he's running in the Whitney? I'm always a White Barrio guy because I love the grays. I don't know if I have enough time or interest on the Thoroughbred series. For those who don't know, horse racing, I'm going to Saratoga later today, but they are doing like a 6-race point series for 3-year-olds. I like it. Like the Triple Crown, they're saying it won't affect it. Triple Crown's already kind of broken. People skipping the Preakness. That's my least favorite of the Triple Crown races. If I won the Kentucky Derby, I would 100% run in the Preakness. We need older horses to stay longer. There's a lot of things that could be fixed in horse racing. Listen, I'm not going to more big day racing. Good. This guy paid $4.99 for that. I will say, I'll say it a later day. I think horse racing, it's so concentrated in the very few with ownership and breeding. Like there should be like a salary cap or a limit how many horses owners can own, how many horses owners can train. That would let, like, I'm rich for 99% of the world. I'm so poor for horse racing. I have like very little shot. Let more people involved. If Vinny Violi and Rapoli and Godolphin just buy all the horses and breed all the horses, it's so concentrated. And then they don't run the horses. They rebreed them. I don't know. And maybe let us do a parlay with the 7th at Saratoga in a baseball game. No more fraud 2022. Fraud 2022. Dave, you'll always be a lifelong loser. No matter how much money you have made, you live a sad life. Says the egg. The guy's an egg. No more fraud. If I'm a loser, then we got a lot of losers in this world. Keegs and Smoke should hook up just for the vibes. I'd ship that. That would be tumultuous. Stable Genius. I don't even like reading that. Perez Hilton skinned himself alive last night on a stream. Any comments on this, Dave? That sounds horrific. That's my comment. I bet a little bit on tennis. It's a rush, but not a ton. Was I able to get out of bed this morning without Austin? Yes, I was. I'm going to have to catch up on this Perez Hilton. Baeza? I could see it wouldn't shock me, Baeza. Dave Portnoy emergency show with Annika. That ain't happening. SpaceX is losing. Did I speak to Mook? No, I don't know. I've ever spoken to Mook. I am still holding XRP. I didn't see this interview, Jug C. No, all right. I'm not the Perez Hilton. I'm getting like queasy just hearing about it. I'd love to go to Scotland. Can I just say something about Nicky Smokes? He's taking that victory lap yesterday. He's like, vindication. Everyone's fucking everybody. Like, I'm the only one who gets in trouble. I get threatened. And at times, Nicky Smokes makes me laugh. However, if we're being fair, Nicky Smokes got me sued for millions and millions of dollars, a major part of it. He wasn't alone, by Fake Tits McGee. He also was hitting on and trying to fuck clients at our upfronts. So it wasn't what he did with Annika, whatever. That's one thing. But him running around being like, see, everyone's fucking everyone here. Not everyone's making me cut multi-million-dollar checks to Fake Tits McGee, Smokesy. Like, that's what got you put on the month-to-month. I'm not watching I'm out on the Perez. What are my thoughts on the Michigan election results? Well, they said that guy was going to win Syed by 1 million, and he barely won. This is a litmus test in November. Like, nothing surprising. People are underestimating, and you'll get the political rants on this show, I guess, a little bit. People are underestimating the socialists, I think. Like Mandami, it's just Manhattan. He can't win. It won't take hold across the country. Michigan will be this Michigan race will be a pretty good bellwether on, whether socialism has a real chance to take hold across the United States. And by the way, I think it's scary. Like, you go look at what Mandami said before he got elected. You look at what these guys, Syed, said, to defund the police. We hate capitalism. We want to be communist, socialist, however you look at it. Obviously, they're anti-Semitic. You can put that a million different ways that you want. They obviously will say what they have to say when they get closer to the election date. But Mandami said it. His goal is to get as many socialists elected in our democracy, and then once they're in power, they can take over, and that's what they're trying to do. So you have the lady in Wisconsin who says she wants to get rid of Thanksgiving. You have this guy, a defund the police guy, who literally has a tape out there, a recording, being like, I can't condemn or I can't mention that we got the Iran, like the mullah, whatever, because my supporters are pro-Iran. A country, by the way, that like murdered 50,000 of their own people. And one of those backwards. So what do I think of the Michigan? Didn't surprise me. He won. The Democrats are the party of communism, socialism. They're fracturing. I didn't like the Democrats to begin with, but they're fracturing within their own party. Like, you have the extremist hijacking the party. You got this guy. Anybody who campaigns with that guy Piker, who said we deserve 9/11, that's all you need to know. Defund the police, 9/11. He wants us to be China. So this is a bellwether moment. So in a weird way, I'm not glad he won. I wish he lost. It was closer than I thought. But in Michigan, who wins this next race, Syed or the Republican? Now, I don't really even know anything about the Republican. I don't know what he stands for. I don't know anything. Take Trump totally out of it. This is just, what do you want the future of the United States to be? Do you want us to be a communist country that hates the police, that thinks we deserve 9/11, that hates everything about this country, wants to get rid of Thanksgiving? Or do you have some pride in the country? So we'll see what Michigan says, but it'll be an interesting election, and it'll say a lot about the future. That's what I think about it. That was a long thing. I don't know, Jug C. Dems are the worst, but their division no worse than the MAGA Bush crowd. Or I don't know. They are far more extreme in what they're saying. Far more extreme, to me at least. No, if Bitcoin hits 150 by the end of the year, you buy a Bush CDL spot. I don't even know what that means. 150. That's not out of the realm. If Bitcoin hits 150,000 by the end of the year, that would cost me $1 million. You're saying for that CDL spot, voice of reason. I think that could be a deal. If we can get Bitcoin to 150,000 by the end of this year, yeah, I'll buy a fucking team. Yeah, the middle ground flow junkie. It's Gonzo. Angie Daddy, I don't date a 25-year-old. Get a clue, bud. How compromised is Austin? He really fucked up. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I am going to the Whitney. $11, Brett Johnson. Delmar had a gray on Sunday. Explode on the turf. Last the first. Was it Quant? Listen, I get the Mutt report every couple days. Mutt, the major part of the Mutt report, he sends me every gray that I could potentially buy. Who's racing next for Triple G? I think, again, it's so hard to get these horses to the races. Hopefully, Lovely. That just got sent.
Let me start with this. Let's just jump right into the fucking pool. If Telluride Bush does not get every budget approved next year, that will be evidence of collusion to the highest level that might dictate some type of lawsuit retribution. If there's ever a Telluride Bush budget that is not approved again, then there is collusion going on to such a high level that it borders on corporate fraud. It borders on corporate.
I'm not going to lie. That video just makes me want to shut down the Bush. Like, Austin, idiot. Austin's a fucking moron. But I don't like the Bush. Like, the Bush has done nothing for me. And I maybe not even like is not the right word. Is not even the right word, but it's like, I look, do they bring anything to the table? Like, Austin, again, got taken out of the Bush by the end, whether that was because there was, a lot of fucking and things behind the scenes I didn't know about, but he removed himself from the Bush. I got put into the Bush. That's the worst thing that happened from the Bush because I don't want to deal with the Bush. The chair is not fixed. Also going to say, see, I'm not removed. I haven't heard one good thing about Mook's work ethic, not from Austin, but hasn't Mook been on multiple successful shows that he's like, I want off? Am I making that up? Is that not a thing? What about Austin telling Mook, I got to have real life problems? Not the smartest thing to say. Listen, no one's defending Austin. Austin's a fucking moron. Austin took 10 steps back. There's no doubt about that. But I've seen so many people, whether you're trying to sell pasta, I've seen the laziest of the lazy at this company try to switch the narrative. Almost every time the people who are you hear through the hallways that they're lazy are fucking lazy. I don't, Trippy, I'm calling Mook lazy. I don't know enough about Mook to call him lazy, but I've heard him called lazy many, many times by people whose opinions I trust, not Austin's anymore. My boy's compromised, no doubt. No, that's where you're wrong. Ty K Holt YKO Smokes got put on month to month for this. No, he did not. No, he did not. Yeah, but Hawkeyes, at least Bush is giving all this content, so they're adding something to the Barstool. This is what has been said. If you put those people together and spend as much time on anything, they're going to create content. That's what they're paid to do. My point is, I don't know that this gaming Call of Duty thing is adding anything else. Like, let's find something. I've done this rant. Let's actually find something where if we're putting some talented people, and Sass is talented, and Jerry is talented, and Mook, maybe, I don't know enough about him, but like put that much time and effort into something that as you grow, the thing you're putting the time into is like watering the flowers and everything grows together. That doesn't seem to be the case in this CDL world. Yes, we have an HR department. No, you can't, Michael Broadman. You can say the same shit about any of these dumbass reality shows. No, we fucking can't. We make money on that. And they're once a year, you fucking dummy. You fucking dummy. Do I talk? Yeah, I remember the Scrabble run. I'll talk stocks. It's that the stocks don't move nearly, although there is some movement today, so I shouldn't say that. I like Axon into earnings. It's ripped the last couple days. It's dead even today. Dead even. Hey, Dave, are you buying that there's more to this iceberg, or do you think people are just bullshitting you? I assume that's the Annika iceberg. I don't trust Annika as far as I can bowl her opinion. I think she's good outward, but if we're just being honest, I had a conversation with Annika before we renewed Annika. I thought the way she handled the beach house was dog shit. She would like that. She said what we did was unfair by being a situationship. When I said I didn't want Annika on the Vegas show, and she begged to be on the Vegas show. I'm like, well, I don't want you and Nikki just rerunning the playbook. She just reran the playbook. And then we bring in the situationship on a reality show. And she's like, that's unfair. And that did not sit well with me at all. And I always like to be on the same page with our employees. And I told us, like, I don't think you and I see the world the same way. You beg to be on a reality show. When I say I don't want you on the reality show, you beg to be on it. I say, I don't want you and Nikki doing the same thing. She goes on, does the same thing. It's a reality show. You're outside the workplace. It's a reality show. They would do this on Summer House or any other show. They did it on Summer House. They bring in Westa's old girl. That's what we did. And she's like, that's unfair, over line. Like, what? Huh? Like, you signed up for it. You begged for it. We may not see the world eye to eye. So I don't put a whole ton of stock in whatever Annika says, if we're being honest. If I had to bet, has Hannah gotten preferential treatment? I would say no. Like, I haven't talked at all about Hannah, and I probably said 5 words to Hannah in my life, so I'd say no. I don't. Oh, yeah, I do own one horse, but Axon's been a rip show. Answer Barry question, Dave. I don't know what question was. Why is there so many Bosco comments? Thoughts on the Rogers rant? Right on cue for him. No, Josh did not tell me to buy. That would be illegal. But it was depressed, but it's ripped a lot in the last couple days. All right, let's take one last look at the stocks. Who will I trust for new info on my employees? Not Gaz. Me and Gaz, it's just I'm like old now and I'm remote. Who will I trust? I mean, I do look at the numbers, contrary to popular belief. Prez, after SpaceX earnings, more downward pressure on the stock. Do you think it's generational company? I listen, I'll never doubt Elon, but I people are still locked up, right? So I think you got to get through the lockup of SpaceX when people can sell. All right, let's look at stocks one last time. Anything interesting? Axon just turned red. Riot's up 9%. The big winner is Shopify, down back. It was up 26. It's at 18. The entire market is getting a little slow. A lot of Bosco. All right, we're gonna wrap this.